Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new Planet Zoo series. This zoo we're starting from year 39 because unfortunately I did not start recording until it was a little too late. But here we got our West African lions mating. Love this habitat, and we have about like 5 to 10 different habitats I end up showcasing in this edit. It's like 4 to 6 hours, maybe a little bit more, but I don't want to say 4 to 6 hours of footage. I edited down to like less than 20 minutes, and then I went back after watching the edit, and I was like, man, something's kind of missing. So I went back and recorded some nice little B-roll camera footage of the habitats. And right here we got the cheetahs, and I wanted to start a new zoo when it came to the series, but I fell in love with the zoo I created with this one for some reason. Even though there were so many different imperfections, but I feel like that was part of it, because I felt like it would just be cool to watch me fix everything that I felt like needed to be fixed. And also I thought it was a randomly generated map template from Planet Zoo that I got the start of the zoo on, which they let you do now, and I actually really like it. I'll probably start doing that more often because sometimes the complete flatness, like when you start out a zoo and it's just all flat, sometimes it can like kind of mess with your creativity, or at least me a little bit. And right here begins. we have a dangerous animal escape. Our Amur leopards. These guys end up causing a lot of stress on the zoo, and you see all of the patrons just running away, and there we go again. So I wanted to showcase just how bad this really got. I don't know how many times in total. There they all go, all the guests. I don't think we're gonna get a refund on those tickets. These leopards probably escaped 50 plus times. I don't know how many times, but it felt like 50 times. It took me a while to understand just how high they could climb and jump and how agile they were, but all because like I got so used to there they go again. I got so used to cheetahs and West African lions, which were not nearly as. Oh, this was a jaguar actually. Both were newer animals though, and they definitely are more aggressive when it comes to the whole climbing and jumping out of habitat thing. So something I needed to adjust to. So it took me a while with those Emmer leopards because they are specifically like bad about it. I've noticed. Maybe it's just me in that habitat. I even did a little like trench area to make it harder for them to jump out, and they continued to. It took a lot. I think at some point near the end of this video, in like 5-10 minutes, I figured it showed me figuring it out, I think. But yeah, in all reality, it definitely took like a couple hours of gameplay, like 2 hours after I built this habitat. But I do like the habitat. I just need to add more detail to it. I think this is me right here saying, look how many different points there were for them to climb and jump out. I mean, there's probably even more that the game is not physically showing with the icon system, but there was quite a few. So I had to figure out, okay, this is a lot. And in a weird way, it ended up making the habitat even better though, because I just ended up adding a whole bunch of rocks and different and some barriers as well, which you see here in a second, to mainly stop them, which ended up like now I'm even getting more ideas. Like when I was editing earlier, I'm probably gonna make a rock archway above a barrier that I added in there. I think it'd be really pretty, and you might as well, since you already have to have rock stacked up so high. And for the specific habitat as well, I wanted to do a null barrier, so more of a natural barrier. So that also caused me more issues than me just slapping down, say, a glass barrier and putting it really high, calling it a day. But in the end, I think it worked out. And you see me messing around with the rocks here, duplicating, and I started adding this little pattern I created into the habitat, trying to just make it harder for them to jump out, which it actually stopped a lot. We got our kiwis there, which I wish that was not so sped up because they're super cute, but I do show them off more later. The kiwi habitat's really cute though. You always got to have your designated zone in your zoo where you put your little templates. So this is where I had the barrier I was talking about. kind of wanted. My issue was the rocks were blocking everywhere. A lot of people like the view, so I decided to make a little viewing area with glass here. So, and then I just kind of hid rocks all around it to make it look like it was more built into the terrain, more natural, kind of like a opening in a cave or something, more or less, instead of just some giant glass panes standing up and looking bad and weird and out of place. Which I think, like, after a bunch of messing with, and then even after I finish recording this video, I'm gonna go finish, do some more with, like I said, I want to do an entire arch all the way over. So right now it's still bare at the top. I want to add like more rocks all the way over top of it, and it'll probably take like a couple hours, but it'll look really pretty. I want to get to like something I'm figuring it out is how long do I want to take this to. I'll probably take it to somewhere in the realm of like 100. It's almost at 100, I think. It's like 60 to 70. I'll have to check that, but either way, I want to take like 1 to 150, I think. Here is me building the start of me building a American bison, prairie dog, and what is that third animal again? I always forget the name of it. Hold on, let's see if it popped up here. But I built a 3-animal mixed habitat with featuring American bison and prairie dogs, which are some of the few, I would say, I don't know, few, but kind of few, I feel like, North American animals, which are really I feel like would be cool to add, so I decided to add them. And since it was a mixed habitat, and a lot of them required quite a bunch, like quite a lot of space, which also was made worse by the fact that a lot of them had group sizes that would be 20, 30 plus, so I knew I would need a lot of space for this habitat, so I went ahead and delegated a lot of space for it. But honestly, in the end, you'll see, I think it turned out really good and pretty simple overall too, this one. And I definitely think I want to add more to it, probably, but I almost don't know. I almost like the simplicity of it. It looks really good. You let me know what you think in the comments. And any suggestions, for sure, let me know what you think in the comments, in terms of video editing, commentary, what you're seeing right now, how I'm editing it, just everything. Over here we switched to the Galapagos turtle habitat, which was a part of a different recording, and I like the next day or a couple of days later, and this one, I had a bunch of problems with this habitat, not having enough hard shelter, so I went ahead and spent quite a bunch, like probably 30 minutes, giving it a nice little touch-up, makeup upgrade, making it a lot more detailed. Well, not a lot, but adding some more detail into it, so it's not as plain as it was. It was very plain to begin with, I'll admit, and which I already knew, so I just kind of fixing this habitat up. And then I even decided to randomly do a little like overgrown like factor, almost like a overgrown hairdo on top of this hard shelter. But again, I think it turned out really good in the end. As you can see, I just found a nice little pattern and started duplicating it, and it looks pretty nice. It's a very small habitat, but the turtles don't really need a ton of space, so that's why they're here. But I did add a second one for the Alhambra. I forget how to pronounce it, but the other tortoises, not turtles. I think I called them turtles a second ago. Tortoise. I'll probably get shit for that. Sorry. Either way, though, I absolutely love the animals the habitats always have. And one thing I don't love is how hard they are to get off the market. And now you see I'm adding some more detail, so some of those benches I added will come into play later. Remember that if you plan on watching more. They cause some issue for the guests because I end up getting quite a few bit more. But now I'm just adding more detail, some trash bins here and there because there was litter complaints. I'm adding some benches everywhere so people can have places to sit. I'm also trying to make the zoo more realistic, as you can tell, because for the start of it, I was just kind of going for less of a realistic aspect, and I was just kind of like farming, and now I'm trying to make everything more realistic, so I'm even going back and fixing a lot of habitats. This area I wanted it to look more like a proper plaza, well, a bigger plaza, I should say, not proper. I feel like it looks proper right now, but I wanted it to be bigger, and it took me a while. I think I ended up just deleting all of the changes I ended up making to it. Well, not all the changes I made to it, but like right here, everything you're watching. Like I had this little road right there. I delete it, and then I move on. So I was trying to like figure out a certain way I wanted to do that. Couldn't figure it out. Just moved on. Here, I wanted to start adding some watering holes. So this isn't the actual bison habitat that I was adding earlier. I wanted to add some watering holes to all of the habitats, so that's what I went ahead and started doing. I felt like this was proper, and we have another animal escaped, and this time it's actually different. It's my West African lion, so this is 100% different scenario. I added a little bridge because there are I have two West African lion habitats right next to each other, and they're two different groups technically. Well, and in reality, but I added a little bridge to bridge the gap, and I thought it looked really pretty, and I still think it's an amazing like idea, but I get why, you know, it may not work that well. I feel like at least for like the juveniles though, like to let the babies go back and forth, there's no harm in that. But I get like why adults, you know, shouldn't, you know, because one habitat's gonna have they're two different habitats, but it caused a lot of issues in the zoo, even though it's very pretty, and I'm like still in love with this, like the look of it. But sadly, I did end up just not completely deleting the entire structure, but deleted the part that let them go back and forth, so they can no longer get back and forth, but there's still remnants. I wanted to leave remnants of what was there because it still does look good, and yeah, just leave a little memory, because for like literally like 10 years or like hours of gameplay, I don't know, like 5 hours, like a long time of gameplay, I let this go because I just wanted it, and I wanted it. But I just eventually, after like 5 hours of gameplay, I got tired, or however long, maybe it's 2 hours, but either way, I got tired of hearing the the dangerous animal escape noises and the alarm, which I think is going off again, and so I just deleted it. But here is my second West African lion habitat, which you're getting a better look at. I love that one, but now we're swapping over the gorillas. They were having some problem. What problem were they having? I don't remember, but we went ahead and fixed it up for them. I saw that some of their plants here didn't match, so I fixed one of them, but the other ones had to stay. Like I have some vines set up for looks. There's certain things that I like will let go on as long as it doesn't affect the animals, which it didn't. But like there's some vines I put up there for looks in the gorilla habitat, which I really like, by the way. Love how the gorilla habitat turned out, and you'll see more of that at the end of the video when I show off all the habitats. But yeah, there's no reason in deleting the vine. It's not hurting anything, and it doesn't hurt the animals at all either, so leave it up. In the future, so I'm planning on, I have another zoo that I've already started recording on, but it's one I did on stream, so it's kind of like a stream and YouTube zoo, whereas this one, I mean this one is too, but that one I started on, so you guys will see the start from day one, from the first brick laid to the last, how it goes, rather than kind of starting, and not even, I wouldn't say in the middle, but close to it. So like you're missing like the first 30 to 40 years, kind of lame. Like we're year 41 now. That I just changed to year 41. I just saw on the bottom right. So we started like year, let's say 40. I don't like that. So I will be doing another one on that one, and that one's turning out well. I just need to put more time into it because I've been putting like on whenever I hop on Planet Zoo, I usually hop in this zoo. I just love it so much. Something about it, it's got a little magic to it. I just really like. And also, admittedly, I'm just the type of player who enjoys to make longer form zoos. Like I want 100-year zoos, even when I'm playing without a video. This is my former jaguar habitat / former elephant habitat that you're looking at here. I had elephants in here to begin with, which honestly, like, it worked out for them, but I wanted to make a new elephant habitat, so I did, this was in like year 20 or something. And so then eventually this was abandoned for like a couple years in the zoo. Then I changed it to a jaguar habitat, which you're looking at right now. And then I actually ended up swapping that even further to, I made a whole new jaguar habitat, and now that's abandoned again. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that whole plot of land. If I'm gonna put another animal in there, try to, or if I'm gonna just. I'm thinking of even like just something that popped into my head while I was actually editing the video, but making like a little guest area there with like a little cave underground entrance, because I just don't know like what to put there in terms of animals. I don't like the it's a full square plot, and I just don't like that. I've been wanting to make my habitats much more detailed, rounded, just, I don't know, overall better. And I don't like how it's fully square, even though, yeah, there's plenty, like, there are habitats in real life that are like that. But I just don't like it, personally. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Here's just a nice little relaxing look of the the bridge that I had at the West African lion habitats before I deleted it. I did get a little cinematic, so this is kind of part of it. I didn't hide my UI, so it doesn't, you have like the animal notifications popping up. At this point in the zoo's lifetime, there was a lot of issues it was having, because it was kind of overgrowing what it was built for at the very beginning of the zoo's life. Kind of didn't build the zoo to become as big as it did at this point. So I was having certain issues with like not having enough keepers to handle all the different habitats. Some habitats were not getting handled as much as they needed to. I ended up fixing all of those problems, but that's why I had just had so many alerts going off. Not just animals jumping out, but I'd have low welfare. You see over there for the giant tortoise and the kiwis, like all having issues. But that's been fixed. Even last night I fixed them even more. And then replacing the water because, again, not enough keepers. And then here I'm going to look at jaguars because I wanted to get some more jaguars. I had like sold a whole bunch of animals the night before, a couple nights before. And so I started spending money and getting some new all black full gold jaguars. And this is, I think, the point where I decided to just make a whole new habitat with those jaguars I just purchased. So that new habitat looks amazing, I will say, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it in a video. But until then, we have this kiwi habitat, which I had actually just made before I started recording this video. It looks really nice, even though it's super small. I don't know what it is about some of these small animal habitats that just take up a lot of, or a very small amount of space as well, but sometimes they can just turn out so nice. I feel like the aardvark, or however I think I need to find the pronunciation on that as well. I don't know if it's pronounced aardvark or not, but that one's another one I love a lot. And then you have the new elephant habitat that I was talking about here. So that was just a quick little glimpse. And then here's the jaguars, which apparently I added back into that old habitat. So I guess I hadn't built the new one yet, but either way, one question I wanted to ask you guys while you guys look at some of the gameplay is, would you guys rather long or short form videos if you've made it to this point? Like, do you like 10, 20-minute videos? Do you like 30-minute videos? Would you like hour-long videos? Longer or shorter? Let me know. Would you guys rather like have this, you know, I was thinking of doing zoo reviews, personal zoo creation, documentary style videos, and then more stuff like this where it's like zoo video, you know, kind of that zoo creation documentary thing I was talking about, but done on stream as well. What would you like to see content-wise? Just ask me. Anything there is to improve, just let me know. This video is edited down quite a bit. I wanted to have it be as much necessary content as possible, no fluff or anything. And if there's anything else, just let me know. Now we're getting to the part of the video where I added these are the last cinematics, and I actually really like these a lot. I think they turned out really good. So I'll probably leave you guys to it and let the rest of the video play out here in a second. But some of my favorite animals in the habitat are these West African lions and the cheetahs I kind of grew in love with, but the pandas as well, which you guys can see any of in here. Every day I'm streaming on Twitch and Kick, and I'll have the links to those in the description at usually around 8 to 9 p.m. every day for variety content. So a lot of days I'll be streaming Planet Zoo, occasionally IRL, occasionally I'll be streaming a different game, 2K, like it just really depends on the day. To see 2 Among Us, it's gonna do that more. I'm wanting to do a lot more Planet Zoo content, so look forward to that. Some with commentary, some without it. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching the video. Again, there's probably like 5-10 more minutes of cinematics, so I'm gonna let you guys listen to the background music. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I really enjoyed making these videos. I'm enjoying the game a lot. Again, I've gotten back into it, and yeah, I want to make more content about it. So just let me know what you guys think. And other than that, thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the next video. It should be coming out soon. I'll try and have a video schedule put out in the description soon as well. But say in the next couple of days. So just make sure to subscribe, turn on the alert bell. That way you know when the next one's uploaded. Or come check me out on stream and Twitch, and you might even see me editing the next video. So either way, thank you guys once again for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and enjoy the cinematics of the rest of the habitats that I showed off in the video. These are all the habitats that were shown me messing with. The other habitats will be saved for another video. So yeah, peace out guys.